Hello, I'm Gary Patterson, corporate chef here at McCormick for Chefs. Today we're going to make a remoulade sauce featuring our own Old Bay hot sauce. So for the Old Bay hot sauce remoulade, we're going to start out with a little bit of mayonnaise, about 2 cups. We're going to follow that by some French's Dijon mustard, about 1/4 cup, and some gherkins, tiny pickles. And last but not least, the Old Bay hot sauce. And this gives it a really nice kick of fermented peppers and Old Bay. And just whip it up quick. This makes a great spread for a sandwich, a dip for an appetizer, and has all those flavors of the bay. So for the Old Bay hot sauce crab cakes that we're going to use to make these Crabby Lollipops, we're going to start out with some mayonnaise, Old Bay hot sauce, which is known throughout the country and it went viral when it launched. It's delicious. Some French's yellow mustard, and we're going to scrape this spatula off, and we're going to go ahead and put 1 whole egg in. And then we're going to follow that up with some Old Bay and some parsley. And this is going to make our custard for the crab cakes. And I like mixing this up first because getting this all blended really helps get all those flavors mixed in with the crab meat with minimal effort. So it's a good custard. Works great, like I said, for the Crabby Lollipops and for crab cakes as well. So we're going to add in the crab meat, and as you can see, it's still nice and whole. We have picked through it to make sure we don't have any shells in there. And I also like to take and just kind of push it around a little bit with the spatula. This even works in a bigger batch. I know this one's just 1 pound, but you see how it starts to coat it. That custard has loads of flavor. And then we're using just fresh ground white bread, so this is like a panade. And I like this better than dry crumbs. Because it stays nice and moist. It's not really pulling the moisture out of the custard or the crab, and it really does help hold it together without having to kind of squeeze and expect it to pull moisture out of the crab itself. So that's all the mixing you need to do, and that's nice and coarse as far as the crab goes. And then I like to use this trick when making these. The scoop works really nice. This is a number 24. I like to take the crab meat and push it into the cup and then kind of make a little bit of a valley in there. Because what you want to do is take the crab claw and you want to kind of enrobe it, make it a part of the crab cake itself. Because the presentation here is really nice when it's got that natural handle on there. And then when you kind of put it down on the tray, it'll hold together really nicely. So it's a pretty easy process. It is a little time, but you know, being able to get these done and done well is a really great presentation. So again, make a valley in the scoop. Don't be afraid to squeeze it together. It's not really going to beat up the crab meat. And then when you put it down on the tray, just kind of set it in place and it'll hold. If you're doing these as a prep item ahead of time, they hold really well. In fact, the crab cake mix probably bonds a little bit better to the crab cakes if it does have time to set a little longer. So there you have it. There's 3 Crabby Lollipops ready to go into the oven and make every customer happy. So we're going to plate up these Crabby Lollipops with our Old Bay hot sauce remoulade, and just a little nice smear of it's nice. And then we're just going to take and plate these up, and they hold up quite nicely. And you can see how delicious they look just there, and the crab's standing up and they're pretty firm. It's a pretty simple recipe. You could do it without the claws and do it as crab cakes. It's a great appetizer or something for sharing.